So, in this part 2, we are very clear that the IBBI discussion paper has failed to identify the real problem. They are going on talking about the judgments of the courts. See, the court will give a judgment based on the issues raised. The court will give a judgment based on the issues raised. For example, the Honorable Supreme Court, both in Swiss Ribbons case, thereafter IOB versus Sasidharan, and then Satish Kumar Gupta, coming a number of judgments, they have said that commercial wisdom of the Committee of Creditors is not justiciable. That is because the code is come, you have to make it work. The object of the code is a time-bound resolution. So, you don't want litigation. Then, what is the best way? In all these judgments, the pleading was to give the test of fairness and reasonability should be taken into consideration. So, what is being discussed? You are a court officer, you have to guide the judges. And the judges have said in that the law has to be made workable. And how they can make it workable is by make sure the commercial wisdom is not justiciable. The issue was not that. They were challenging the constitutional validity of things, this, that and all. But what IBBI should have done? IBBI is not doing anything to say, you take a committee of creditors. They should take a research in which public sector banks are there. So much of money is lost. And if you take, it is going to be the public sector money. The IBBI also comes and tells that before filing the case, people have paid the money. That would have been operational creditors. They would be deadly. So the basic problem in Committee of Creditors functioning is the Committee of Creditors comprises of 2 levels, 3 levels, 2 levels. The third level is, I'll give you, first level is public sector banks. A public sector bank, with due respect to all the bankers, I give you one example. The bank has given them 1,000 crore loan, 1,000 crores loan over a period of time. What that promoter did is, he started with, he says proudly, 1 lakh rupees. He is taken loan from the bank, and within a period of 20 years, he was able to draw 1,000 crores. He was conducting tournaments, tennis tournaments and all. These promoters, they realized bank is a good place to take money. How? You just be nice to the chairman of the bank or the top officials, you take care of them. 1. This person was afraid actually at the time of resolution job, he was afraid. What was his fear? What he did, another thing is to start a business in another parallel business. Slowly started diverting, and he made sure the company is nothing, loan only will be there. Then he came to know when Dr. Sahu was talking about praising the Synergy Dure, everybody thought this is a great opportunity to make money. The personal guarantor should have been introduced that time. He did not do it. He was busy in making regulations, this, that, giving public discourse. I am not against him. The nation has lost money. Lakhs of crores have been lost. Now Parliamentary Standing Committee came. Till then, he was telling Success, success, success. You call Economic Times and other papers, that's all. It's a huge money matters. Crores of rupees, thousands of crores. He did not understand. Nor do the other fellows who are interested only in filing cases. It's difficult because courts also will not interfere in policy decisions. What they can do? The law is well settled right from this international law. We'll talk about it later. You should have taken the data. Throughout the code, you will realize that there is nothing against the creditors. What data you should have taken for this? You should have said public sector bankers, wherever they are majority, 66% or above. The result will be baldness, not even haircut, that will be bald. Wherever the asset restructuring companies like Edelweiss or ARCs or others are there, they will get their money. Wherever the private bankers like ICICI Bank, Axis Bank and others are there, they get their money. And wherever the private financiers give, they won't even come to IBC. Threaten of IBC, they will take money. This is the area of research these people should conduct. They are getting so much. Daily they will ask you to publish this. They are dumping in the dustbin. Where is that statement? Now they should have at least come out public. Then that would have told them it is only the public sector banks who are the culprits. Why they are culprits? First of all, we go back to that loan matter. That same promoter told, after listening to Dr. Sahu, he said, no, I will pay 70 crores, I will give you a resolution plan, you please settle this. I asked him, but how you paid 1000 crores? That is bankers, they are foolish fellows. It is not their money. The bankers, we know they will get money from public government, they will get their pensions. The honest banker will be killed in the system. Understand? So there is no question of this. So these people, they only want to save. You see, the COC is attended by the recovery team. 95% of the recovery team are abusive in nature. And they are about to retire. There is no accountability on them. They know the chairman has taken money, this, that. So, you are not solving that. First step is, you do a research. Give us the data. Out of this money, public sector banks, wherever they are in control, lost. First reason will come is, they would have given 1000 crores for a company's assets worth 100 crores. Actual valuation would have been 80. Second, that person would have been diverting the money and securing himself, and he will leave the company as nothing but a shell. It is ready to die. Then the banker comes in. There is nothing in the bank. And now you want to revive. How can you revive a dead company? The bankers, the judges, judiciary should know. A dead company, how can you keep a dead body? Maintaining it is a problem. So that assessment also not done. A research paper has to come and that. So there should be some action. Who are the people? These people appoint RP. And who is the RP? The RP is a person who is doing 40-50 cases as a resolution. Can you do 40 cases? That too also a person who just passed 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. He is supposed to revive a company, a person of experience. No experience. Neither IBB has experience, nor the major RPs. The big four, all these people came into picture. Crores of rupees gone. Now they are talking about it. When is this code talking about this? So many allegations. This is because you have not controlled them. Do you need regulation after 5 years? Where is the companies? All the money is gone. 10 lakh crores is gone. Now you want to introduce all these things. And you don't know what is the problem. You see the discussion paper. They don't know what is the problem. They are using high level English and they are using the adjudicating authorities' judgments, or the adjudicating authorities experienced in the revival of business. Their duty is to interpret law. Their duty is to interpret law. That is why the law is very clear. Judges should not interfere in the commercial wisdom. They don't know business. You are going on taking that and then putting it. So, what these people IBBI should have been to identify the real problem. Any RP can be appointed. Whatever fees, lowest fees they can appoint it. And they can be removed just like that. How can RP be independent? How can RP be independent? If you talk little more, they will remove you. This company which I was talking, that fellow removed because we have got resolution plans and they created so much against us. We told IBBI, they never bothered. IBBI is such a bureaucratic, nobody will talk to you. Nobody will take phone calls also. Nation, let us think of nation. People are dying of starving now. Nation is being sold. Why don't you help the finance minister, tell the madam, this is the problem. Nation is more important than people. If I were in that position, I would have done like that. So, you need to collect data. The parliamentary is comfort, there is some problem is there. Honorable Madras High Court, Madras the NCLT bench, that madam, out of her, she even knows everything. Commercial wisdom should not. But then she wrote in Siva Industries. It is out of her heartburn. The order must have been passed by the adjudicating authority. We don't know how that appeal courts will react against that order. But that is the genuine reason. That is the reason. You just, so that means the expert retired adjudicating authorities, you must form a committee and then bring them into the system. They will tell you the reasons. They will be knowing very good. You understand? They will know the operational side. And then expert chartered account. You are always calling big lawyers who charge lakhs of rupees fees because they will participate in these meetings. To what are they doing? What is this IBC law? Facts? This is the facts. This is the law. You please pass the order. You are telling time-bound resolution, you don't have data on that. And if anybody is sincerely working, you file cases. How can business legislation be put into regulations just like that? They don't. So therefore, here, now they got request for resolution plans with something, suddenly Swiss challenges. First problem is this. There should be some report by an expert before admission, whether the company is revivable. Assessment, then there will be some corruption there, that is another problem. Valuation, there is a corruption. This is a big money area, everybody is involved. So, the IBBI, is it regulated? I don't know whether they are responsible for this. They don't take any responsibility. They go on sending discussion papers. MCA is responsible. They must be made, finance ministry is responsible. We have to make them, hold them responsible for such a massive losses incurred to the nation. Okay. Now, you see para 12. Board proposes to put in place a code of conduct for COC that shall elevate accountability and responsibility of COC to ensure transparency in the functioning of COC. A draft is presented in the annexure. The practice of insolvency and restructuring is complex and varied. It may be difficult to conceptualize and codify every possible situation or scenario. Accordingly, the proposed code of conduct establishes broad principles that can be applied to every situation. It also draws from ethical norms on which ECOC is expected to function and shall act as a guideline for the COC while conducting itself. See friends, there is no data, there is no factual situation that these people have observed. What is the problem? You are expecting a resolution professional to revive the company. That is, he is the CEO. And the bankers should be informed. But then bankers are given sweeping powers to remove him without giving reasons, by including the decision to remove RP as a commercial wisdom. Is that discussed? See, today I am working very hard. I am sincere. Now, if you are like that, you are not cooperating with the bankers, they will remove you. Let me tell you, today in COC, they is not recognized that. COC, what happens, you know? The resolution plan comes for a company. The loans bankers would have given, say, 2000 crores. Secured loans may be, say, 200 crores. Unsecured 1800 crores. 1800 will be wiped out, little they will get 5%. These secured creditors will get money. Correct? The secured creditor will get money, because otherwise he will say, we will go to liquidation, I will not vote. What they are doing now, no, the bankers, they will take money. The top man who is going on talking, he will take money. I don't know how they keep this much of cash, but let me tell you, this is a fact. Once they take from all people, resolution applicants, plans and all. Finally, when that top man comes in, then that will be settled. They will be promising, they give this much, I will get it done. Then they will see the environment, how other bankers are following. What happens, you know, the bank is there, A bank is minority here, in another COC they will be majority. B bank is majority here, minority there. So they will come to understanding, that's all. So everything is in their own. Public sector, see, is in the retired stage, wants money. And even the money that they take is not coming to India, it's going out of India. That's another problem for our nation. What they do is, immediately after taking money, they will file case against that resolution applicant. From whom they take money? First, protection for them. So they make sure that any vigilance is against them. They will say, no, we ourselves objected to this. But the other committee of creditors, they agreed to it. Try to pass the buck. You understand? So, the resolution professional can be removed at will, so he cannot be honest. And they will appoint the resolution professional. See, many cases, if the banks they appoint known person, the bankers themselves will be there. Second, they remove him at will. And that fellow, what he will do? Would you like to be very, very honest like Harish Chandra in India? Your time is spent, half the time is spent for filing the forms. Quarterly, this one triple IPA is there. They are not having workers, contract workers. IBBA doesn't work. They don't want to work. They will just delegate. Disciplinary case is there, they will come and sit. All the top people, coffee, tea, they will drink and they will talk most honesty. That is what they are doing. You need a monitoring system. Monitoring system is missing. You don't want that. You have not addressed the problem. What guidelines you can give? This is the problem. Second, bankers, they give money wrongly. They are the people who decide whom to be appointed as resolution professional. They are the people who vote for resolution applicant. And then they are the people who take haircut. Nothing is there. Nation has lost. Is there addressed that? What is the regulation they want to do? What transparency you want in their functioning? What transparency you want? It is high level English. It's just a high level English without knowing, drooping in the dark.